Hello and welcome to a co-replay between Wolfe and Toilet Guy. So in the east we have Toilet Guy with the DAK, and in the west we have Wolfe with the United Kingdom forces. This is on Twin Beaches. Quite an interesting matchup. I did watch it on stream and I asked Toilet Guy if he could paste it, and he did, so I'm very grateful of that. So we have a pretty standard start from both players, capping the fuels in the north, both sides. The MG start for Wolfe and a Panzer Pioneer for Toilet Guy. They're gonna bring them into the center by the looks so they can engage. Players just complaining about Twin Beaches. Or sorry, rather complaining about Taranto, and they're happy that they got Twin Beaches instead. So I've got some early queued sandbags, I would assume by Wolfe, but you know, it could be Toilet Guy as well. Coming down into the beach is Toilet.
Piling sandbags as ordered. Secured. Resources are ours.
Pretty standard start here. MG setting up over the top fuel. Going for the cap. We have a section coming into the beach to challenge the Panzer Pioneers. Going straight away for that cutoff. And we have a 250 on the field for Toilet Guy. Just get a little bit of extra mobility and extra firepower with that MG34 on the top. First engagement here, Pioneers coming into the MG, being supported by the 250, and that forces a quick retreat. A good early engagement for Toilet Guy. While this is happening, the engineers are capping up the far beach, getting those all-important 16 munitions, with the 250 continuing to fire at an incredible distance away. As we go down to the beach now, got the Panzer Pioneers capping the far munitions, and the section capping the home fuel. Another section coming in to re-engage and try and cap this top fuel, while the engineers are coming in on the top flag, top VP. Now this is going to sandwich a 250, and it has to get out of there before it takes too much damage on the side armor. Engineers closing, but they aren't very healthy. They might end up losing that engagement. They're going to stick it out and try to get some damage on the 250. While this is happening, the MG is coming midfield to cap that behind munitions. As we go down, the Panzer Pioneers are just trying to stay it out against their sections, but they will lose that engagement. We have a Dingo coming on the field. This should challenge the 250, and it's rushing straight forward. 250 sensing this and backing up for some repairs. We're reasonably safe fire munitions. Dingo just searching, hunting for the 250, but it can't find it. No luck, it's going to go all the way into base. Luckily it doesn't take any base MG fire.
This better be a new pair of gloves. We are losing grasp of a fuel point.
Panzer Pioneers might be in a better position than I originally thought, because they've stayed behind this cover the whole time. The sections have walked across them, but with only one model, he will need to get out of there. At 250 at full health now. The Panzer Pioneers just screening against the Dingo. MG is making some strong strides in the middle. Going to set up a commanding position, overlooking all entryways for Toilet Guy. So, looking at each other's army composition, we've got Toilet Guy just completing the half-track upgrade, so that'll give him access to the autocannon and the mortar, so if he chooses to use it. A strong engagement against the Dingo, who's keeping its range, so won't maximise its penetration there. And with the Panzer Pioneers in there fighting, the 250 is winning. The boys come out, and that 250 is gone. Those Panzer Pioneers have to retreat. Just getting them out in time so they didn't So they limited the possibility of getting a full wipe.
Straight from Mama's skirt.
Yes.
We have been cut
Baited.
off.
Good bait by
Re-establish a
Wolf
connection.
into the boys. Upgrade.
We have been given an L640 light panzer.
Some mines going down. Pretty safe. Can target and we've got the L6s, which we'll need to be careful about that mine.
We must reconnect with
Let's see
them.
who can go straight to the beach. Come against his energy. It's a quick retreat for Wolf. L6 is going to start to command the battlefield as there's nothing on the field to challenge them. We've got the boys squad trying to fight off the Panzer Pioneers, winning heavily. Even though the boys do limit their DPS against infantry, the slower fire rate. But the flame upgrade's coming and they will force off the boys. Toilet guy struggling a little bit, can't even cap his own fuel.
We have vehicles available in reserve.
He might even get the wipe with these L6s. Pretty strong push. And that's the boys squad as well. Be devastating. The boys has dropped, so he might be able to pick that up with his engineers. And he's got another squad as well, so strong defense against this armored push by Toilet. No healing up, just going straight for the tier 2. Get access to the Stuart, AT gun. Even the Humber might help screen off these L6s now that they've got the Flamer upgrade. With the Panzer Pioneers capping. The Toilet guy coming on for some strong fuel control. Those boys are going to force him off. So pretty light infantry build overall for Toilet guy, and losing the 250. Quite a weak field presence, but he's managing to just hold on with half the field. Wolf on the other hand, with those 2 sections down from 3, has got a better munitions control through the center and on the lower beach. Got that MG. A stronger composition, all in all.
Victory point under enemy control.
And converting that into some VP control now. To the last phase of the early game. Approaching the mid game now. Those boys trying to put up a fight, but they're going to have to instantly retreat or they risk another wipe. The action really throughout the field. Wolf just scrambling until he gets his Stuart out. Until a guy has to make best use of this window while there's no armored counter on the field. He's going to try and scorch his enemy. The reinforcement time is just too strong. There's boys coming back up with new models. And we have got the engineers that picked up that boys on the floor. The Dingo's trying to get in there. The L6s can't damage it. The Dingo can get some penetrations on him. Got Toilet guy capping the fire munitions, and that L6 hits the mine. That's unfortunate for him. Just as the Stuart's about to hit the field, only one L6, but he has got a Marder out, and he has got his Panzer Jaegers, so he's anticipated this Stuart, and he should have enough of a counter for it. So won't be able to run roughshod all over his L6s. Map control fairly even, slightly in the favour of Wolf with the stronger 16 plus munitions. At first engagement here, Stuart just trying to brute force his way in, and it's not going to work. Goes straight down. Didn't anticipate the Marder there. The Dingo's trying to get some shots off, but he'll go down as well. Pretty punishing push for Wolf there. As Toilet guy gets out with most of his units remaining. He's called in some new L6s to replace the one he lost. Sorry, he won't be calling in more L6s.
We shall have additional forces available shortly.
Those pioneers go down. Boys getting some lucky hits. Toilet guy falling asleep and just leaving his troops out there. They're going to have to retreat through the MG, and this is a dangerous retreat. Taking a lot of damage. If those boys connect, that's going to be a goner. Oh. Devastating. Only now with one Panzer Pioneer squad and one Panzer Jaeger or infantry does Toilet Guy have. But Wolfe is not in a great position either. He's left with 2 sections and 1 engineer, so overall a stronger composition, but still pretty weak for 10 minutes into the game. Been a pretty high intensity start with a lot of wipes on either side. Toilet Guy not getting off that healing in time on the 250 and not having an ambulance. So he really suffered there with the low health squads out in the field, and Wolfe's in the same position, not being able to get his healing up just yet, so his squads are quite low and vulnerable to the wipe. Got a lone L6 with a flamer pushing onto the boys squad here. And I think the boys are going to have this. It's about 6 volleys. Just 3 volleys of 2 rifles to wipe that L6. But we've got the Stug coming out to challenge these boys. It's got a lot more armor than the L6, so it should do well to force these off.
The point is being taken from us.
The guy's starting to push back onto the center now. Maybe sensing his opponent doesn't have a lot of anti-tank. We've got a Crusader AA coming out for Wolfe. He's going to try and force the anti-infantry role a little bit more, but there's only 2 squads for him to really be effective against, so bit of an interesting choice considering it's a mostly armored composition for Toilet Guy. Stug forcing off the MG and the other boys squad. So if we take a look at the TAC map, we've got Toilet Guy currently in a strong defensive position just behind the top fuel, but Wolfe has a lot more map control, has those strong munitions that haven't been decapped yet. There's one of the 10 munitions in the south as well. Toilet Guy trying to get a strong armored blob here, trying to counter anything that Wolfe can throw at him. It is a tenacious army. Really only 2 units for capping power. And we've got another Stug. Really trying to get some armored protection in there. Try and soak up some of the shots so the Marder can do the damage. We've got Wolfe making a strong push onto the north. We've got an AT gun out. That's a bit of an answer, but not really going to hold up against those double Stugs. Got the L6 trying to do some recon. Unfortunately, those boys went in range and targeted the infantry. Got the Marder straight away, hitting the AA, out of range of the AT gun. It's going to move up.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
We've got the Stug harassing the boys in the North VP. A lot of engagements going on. Those boys have to get out of there. Crusader AA really doesn't have much of a role, but the double AT is going to threaten all of Toilet Guy's armor. He's going to distract while the AT guns do the damage. And the AA's hit a mine, just very, very risky push through there. It's a very common mine placement. Those attack grounds missing their mark. But they will keep... Oh no, they're gonna retreat. We've got another AA on the field. Can Toilet Guy get the kill on this AA down the bottom? It's going to send a Stug to finish the job, which is an interesting unit for the role. We've got the AT guns rotating to take on the Stug. It's going to smoke out and get out of there. Very risky engagement. And we've got Toilet Guy losing his 250 Jaeger to a mine. It's a 250 Jaeger half-track cooling, sorry, to a mine. So mines playing pretty important role for both sides, both armies. And those Jaegers go down. Just not respecting the SMGs of the engineers. We've got the Stug trying to come back on with a sweeper, so he is going to pick up more mines that Wolfe has planted. We've got the Crusader AA trying to hit the poor recon tractor. Really focusing on it. This is bad for Toilet Guy. 80 guns in support. Crusader AA has nothing to challenge it. Marder's in base trying to get some heals. Trying to avoid those AT guns, and the Stug goes down. Poor recon half tracks copping the brunt. Wolfe doesn't care about the L6 anymore. He's pretty much got that countered with the double AT. That Marder gonna try come up and get the kill. The AT guns are focusing on the Stug. It's smoking itself to try and protect. Firing from the smoke, it wipes one. Oh my goodness. Can it get another? One model down. Nearly no health. We've got the Panzer Pioneers madly. And we've got double AT guns wiped. Great use of smoke by Toilet Guy. The boys are going to come in to try and finish the job. Panzer Pioneers trying to retreat. Oh, massive shot on the boys squad there. And the Stug's going to get out safely. And the Crusader Air escaped from that Marder as well. So we've got another Marder coming out for Toilet Guy. And he's claimed one of the 6-pounders. Getting away with that, but he's going to lose it straight away to the Crusader AA. He sensed that. Might even pick up the Panzer Pio if he's feeling bold. There's Marders coming in to support. And we've got another 250 Panzerjäger called in. Going to put pressure on this AA, and he has to pull back from that wipe attempt. But Vic is coming up to help, but it's not going to be able to do much. Maybe just try and put suppression on and stop the recrew on these AT guns. Oh, we've got Toilet Guy utilizing the unmanned AT gun. Towing with the Panzerjäger still in, so he's going to get away with one of those AT guns. And we've got Wolfe making a strong presence, although weakening his main line by capping up that north VP, maintaining that munition control. Resources in favour of Wolfe at the moment. Just having those extra main lines reinforcing that map control. L6 is going to try and get some cheeky health damage on these boys. Just going to have to pull back. It's not going to be able to take another volley. Oh, and it goes down. Just some a little bit sloppy micro there. Maybe just trying to free up some more manpower regeneration for himself. And he's getting away with this AT gun at least, and he's destroyed the other AT gun. Actually no, sorry, he hasn't destroyed it. He's got both British 6-pounders now, so Toilet Guy in a very strong position after those wipes with the Stug. Which is a perfect counter for the Crusader AA. Just very, very aggressive positioning and trying to get a Stug unsupported. Unlucky with the attack rounds on that elevation difference. And we've got the recovery vehicle coming out. We're gonna repair his recon tractor. Getting some value out of it straight away. A really aggressive push by Wolfe wasn't able to punish and destroy these wrecks. And DAK does have the recovery tractor in its main build. It's not a doctrinal call in, so very smart choice by Toilet Guy there. There doesn't seem to be a lot of... Actually, I lied. There's quite a few wrecks on the beach, so as soon as Wolfe picks this up, he's going to need to start driving over these wrecks and denying them to Toilet Guy so he can't build up his armoured force with destroyed DAK and destroyed UK vehicles. A fairly leisurely engagement in the north. Panzer Pioneers just trying to cap that VP. Fairly even in terms of VP control. Kills are in favour of Toilet Guy. The light vehicles Wolfe has killed more of. And we've got a Churchill coming onto the field. It's going to eat some Marder shots, some double AT shots. It has to get out of there. It just can't stand up to that massive anti-tank force. Crusaders trying to put some pressure on the beach. They're not going to pose too much of a threat to the Stug. But it can't stay in there for long. While this is all going on, Toilet Guy loses his last Panzer Pioneer on the beach. So we'll need to get vehicle capping.
The advantage is ours. Strike now.
Which he doesn't have currently if he's going to exert some map control. But he has maintained decent map control with these Panzerjägers. We've got the recon tractor back in the game.
Achtung, crew!
We've got the recovery tractor looking for more targets. Those two tank hulls destroyed now. But we've still got an L6 and a Dingo available for recovery.
We are losing the lead.
But at this stage in the game, it would be pretty pointless to recover those. Really effective push, gonna put some pressure on the recovery tractor. It has to move back, but otherwise just can't stand up to those stunts. Wolfe is gonna have to make something happen with these Crusader AAs, because Toilet Guy can just sit there in the center. Got both AT guns moving up to the beach with the recon tractor, so going to give them that additional sight and put pressure on an MG if it tries to push these AT guns either. So Wolfe has reinforced his army with an engineer, it's going to give him some additional repairs and some more capping power. We have got the vehicle capping by Toilet Guy, which I believe is Operational Blitzkrieg. That's going to give him a lot of capping power now with his mainly vehicular army. The recon tractor having to pull back. This is probably the best counter to a double AT recon tractor at the moment. It looks like a lot of mines are going down. Yep. Wolfe is just trying to reinforce his safe flag with a ton of mines in the build. One engineer getting started. This engineer could assist as well. But Toilet Guy's fuel being capped and the mortar barrage coming in, forcing them off the cap for a little bit longer.
The victory point is being taken from us.
In the north, Toilet Guy is having a strong presence, got a story, recovery capping. He's going to send a Crusader AA, just have a poke. Oh! Unfortunate push by that Crusader AA. No reconnaissance coming in and not sensing that the AT guns had moved.
We have surplus munitions to support the war effort.
Crusader AA, the second one, pushing off those Panzer Jaegers. Wolfe now sensing that there's no anti-tank in the north. Pushing the initiative there. Got some boys in support, but as Armada's rotate, he's gonna need to get that Crusader AA out there. And it takes a lot of hits, it's overextending, just trying to get that recovery tractor. Unfortunately can't finish the job, and it's down. And that's a very safe hull now for the recovery tractor to recover. Got another Churchill coming in for Wolfe. Just hoping that that high health unit can soak up the martyrs. Really in a difficult spot, giving away those AT guns.
Commandant, you need us.
Recovery vehicle getting the Crusader AA now. Gonna have a British unit in the DAK armored core. Start forcing off the boys, and we have the Churchills making a push. He knows the recovery vehicle's on the field now. He's trying to deny this. We've got the AT guns rotating, the rear armor. These Churchills coming straight on to the recovery vehicle. And it's gonna deny that. Toilet Guy in a pretty safe position resource-wise. These martyrs are going to be able to get the second Churchill. Well, it's actually the AT guns. Now they're going to rotate on the second Churchill. It's a very, very ballsy push. Martyrs are going to use the Churchill's smoke. Unfortunately, with the small main gun, Churchill doesn't have a great job in the anti-tank role. Those AT guns attacking ground through the smoke. And it goes down. Wolfe now in a pretty poor shape 29 army sides versus 56 and another recovery tractor coming on the field.
A munitions point is being taken from us.
Wolfe just trying to hang on, not sure what he's going to try and get out. Foregoing that Black Prince, he's really left himself in a bad position for anti-tank. We'll probably need some guards, but hasn't built the tier 3. So those aren't available to him. Nearly has the fuel for it. And this recovery vehicle just has a smorgasbord of vehicles to choose from. Does he want a Churchill? Does he want a Crusader AA? Wolfe can pretty much recover whatever kind of tank he wants now.
Our forces hold strong. The advantage is ours.
Oh, massive mine clearing job.
Proximity alarm.
3 mines go down to Toilet Guy's recovery half tracks. Mortar barrage there.
We're losing grasp of a capture
Really
point.
smart use. Must have seen the engineers planting the mines, but there are more, so Toilet Guy could become stuck on those. But the boys just pushing up. There's only one Stug and it's coming up from the beach. Boys pressuring the Marder now. Stug coming in to rescue. Another Stug coming in from the other direction. These boys won't be able to hang around long. Looks to be the recon artillery coming in, trying to get some damage on the Stug. It's just moved out of the zone and it's safe. And one boy's going down, the other boy's having to retreat. Sorry, both boys just getting out of there, just with enough health. And that's still eating 80 gun shots now. That's a rebuy. The smoke allowing Toilet Guy to get out of there.
Artillery batteries are on standby. They request orders.
We have Wolfe coming in strong into the center. Well, not that strong with only an engineer. And a lot of Toilet Guy's armored force just repairing. He's got the self-repair, so he just has to sit on the spot. A lot of utility for Toilet Guy now.
We're losing grasp of a victory point. All batteries to arms. Commence barrage.
Recovery tractor is going to keep the Crusader AA dream alive. That will really be the cherry on top of Toilet Guy's build to counter the British player. Auto cannon on the 250.
A victory point is being taken from us.
Only making use of the half track upgrades. Gonna be pushed back straight away by the 80 gun.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Oh, and the 250 goes down.
Destroyed.
Big blob coming into the center for Wolfe.
Canone 105 field howitzers can be told.
Going to put some damage on this Stug straight away, and it's going to need to retreat. Cavalry tractors there though, could put in a mortar barrage. It does, but it gets found as well. It has to get out of there. It's going to eat some more boys shots. And the Marder up here has been found as well. 80 gun goes down to the recon tractors artillery barrage, and the second AT gun takes out the Marder.
Panzer Pioneers available.
Gonna have to collect some more AT guns as Wolfe, so we can pose more of a threat to the DAK armored. And we've got the Gustatory artillery on the point, absolutely demolishing and having to push back Wolfe there. Really strong ability. And that Stug's going to deny the AT gun as well. Down the south. Toilet guy's gonna use his Panzerjägers if he's not careful. Loses his AT gun up the north. Some more recon artillery coming in, putting some damage on those tanks. Toilet guy gets away with his Panzerjäger. AA Crusader for Toilet guy gonna force off the MG. And he's gonna add a Churchill to his army as well. Wolfe now just building and recrewing AT guns. Just trying to make a big AT gun wall. Could really use a half track to drive around the map and recrew these if he was careful enough with it. Using the Italian infantry doctrine, Toilet guy doesn't have any map hacks or any vehicle sensing ability, so a half track could be the thing to get around and keep these reinforced. 3 AT guns now for Wolfe. This is a dangerous wall. Gonna deny the AT guns to Toilet guy. Still reasonably even with Wolfe just losing out in VPs. Doesn't really matter how many vehicles that Wolfe can destroy because the recon tractor's there to just recover them. Got that Churchill up and firing now. Coming into the armoured wall. Got the AT guns to support. And another mortar barrage coming down. Doesn't get enough damage in, and he does delay, the critical healing. Trying to get as much repairs on that as he can. Without sight, those AT guns are going to have to pull back.
Open the hatch! We're getting an MG installed! Under attack!
Got another Crusader AA coming on. Wolfe does have his 3 Panzer pilots back. Crusader AA does have enough targets. Oh, and they're still just punishing those AT guns. Another recon half-track barrage coming down.
Anti-tank crew have been killed in action. Artillery batteries
And Wolfe
are
is now without any
They
AT
request
guns.
orders.
Suffering with a manpower.
Enemy attack!
Putting some pressure on the rear arm of that still. It's going to force it back. Locking down that recon tractor and increasing its barrage count. The amount of shells it will fire. That one ability. But Toilet guy with a sweeper, seeing the sheer amount of mines down here on the South Beach, will probably cap and then get to defusing some of those. But he's going to get denied by the Crusader AA. Probably does not want to bring his vehicles down here to challenge the South Beach at the moment. And try and soft retreat. He's going to need to get away. Oh! The Crusader AA triggering that mine and wiping out the Panzer Pyro. Bike. Maybe trying to get some vision. Really interesting late game makeup here for Toilet Guy. 33-minute bike.
Surplus munitions to support the war effort.
The strong DAK British vehicles now. With really no answer. Looks like another rebuilt AT gun. Wolfe. It's gonna need a miracle to turn this around.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Boy Squad just escaping with a hair there.
We have to leave. Enemy forces
Some more recon tractor. Barrage is coming down, just gonna absolutely wipe this AT gun.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Crusader A getting target fixated in the center. There's no AT challenging it. He could do a bit of damage. This critical L6. And a bunker on that south VP for Toilet Guy. The Crusader AA is going to have to stick around too long to destroy it. The Toilet Guy making a push now on this 80 gun
Artillery
wall.
batteries are on standby. They request orders.
The Wolfe have benefited from some guards. Still doesn't have the tier 3 relying on call-ins, so maybe feels that building it would lose him too much army size. Really just needs these AT guns to force off the vehicles. Still fighting the AA here. Still smoking itself out to get away from those double ATs. The Churchill capping the cutoff here. Ah, Toilet Guy not remembering all those mines there on the south. Still's hit one and it's engine damaged. Crusader AA here coming in, taking some mine damage. Wolfe just trying to stay in the game. A massive armoured force here for Toilet Guy. Still can't get a shot off as it's reversing. Recon artillery in the north not being able to hit much. Can't seem to get a rear armoured pen. Gets one. Really finish it off. Stug smokes out. Crusader's going to jeep that Stug shot. We've got the recon tractor being found by the boys. Scooping back. Crusader AA takes a hit. Oh, dodging one more. Can you get it? Oh, Stug wins out on a sliver of health. The recon tractor here is going to go down. Can it juke? Can it dodge? Can it dive? Pulls the mortar barrage behind it and gets out of there just in the nick of time. Churchill getting very quick repairs here with the double pioneers and the stationary repairs. Oh, unfortunately these target the Panzer Pioneers and not the Crusader. Absolutely massive kill count towards the DAK player.
Enemy forces are shaken. 100 points remain.
Really just can't make this work with a mainly infantry force. Toilet Guy trying to finish the job now. Bet 3 still just absolutely decimating the AT gun there. Coming now to finish off the other AT. Pretty dire straits for Wolfe. Wolfe trying to make one last push, recruit whatever 80 guns he can. Unfortunately, that Crusader AA is just absolutely demolishing them. Recon tractor artillery coming in on one. Crusader AA might go down. It looks like too little, too late.
Acknowledged. Enemy forces on 75 points.
Wolfe just trying to stay in it.
We shall put an end to this fight. Tiger heavy tanks will be made available.
That was fucking arm-piercing! Move! Now! Stay on the flank!
Triple AT guns trying to take down this Churchill. Bouncing. The 5 Panzer Pioneer models trying to force off them 4 AT guns.
We are losing grasp of this Strategic. All batteries to arms. Commence barrage.
The recon tractor artillery are still coming in. AT gun shots everywhere.
Strategic point is being taken from us.
Absolutely demolished. That's actually the Italian infantry called in on the point, not the recon tractor.
Proximity alarm near. The battle is
Gonna
in
wipe
your
an AT
favor,
gun there.
Commandant.
Wolfe calls the
50 points
GGs.
remain.
And that is game over. So pretty interesting use of the recovery tractor there. Pretty weird DAK build, but made it work with almost no infantry. Pretty good comeback there by Toilet Guy, and just very aggressive pushes up into Toilet Guy's bases. Just gave him those early vehicle hulls to recover. So pretty interesting match. Thanks for watching.